I started charitably giving like with a quarter in the collection plate at church when I was very little. It always seemed like a small amount, and I have always wanted to give more.
Eric and Mary are kind of a textbook definition of what I consider a great Thrivent client, because they do incorporate kind of all aspects of what Thrivent offers.
I've always loved that Van starts conversations and Thrivent starts conversations with, what are your goals? And if one of our goals is to be able to give more, how do we make that happen?
And I think that's part of what is important to us working with Thrivent Charitable, but also just in general in our giving, is to just build that habit, to build it as a practice. It's just like exercise in order to make your body stronger. It is in order to make your world stronger and your community stronger.
I find that I'm able to be most generous in something that I'm most involved in and most find a passion for. I'm very involved in Soroptimist International and our local chapter in Windsor, and I love that we give scholarships to women who are going back to school to support their household.
Soroptimist International is an organization that is global and works to better the lives of women and girls, focusing specifically on helping get them out of poverty, focusing on education, and improving their opportunities and experiences. Some women who have received our scholarships have gone on to start their own nonprofits for human trafficking and helping other women getting off the streets.
When you support one person, you support a wider group of people than just the person who receives the money. Her entire family is changed because of what we're able to do with those scholarships.
At the Journey Center, we call it the Celtic way versus the Roman way. You belong. Before you believe, if you never believe, you belong. And the invitation is to listen to the Spirit for yourself. We're here to accompany you on your journey.
I'm really excited that we are able to support the Journey Center, because there are folks from a lot of different backgrounds or no spiritual background at all that can come together, can get that kind of guidance and that sense of meaning and purpose in their lives.
We couldn't do the work that we're doing without the support of our donors. They empower and enable and definitely encourage me that people see the value of this quiet movement.
It's actually much easier to give than I feel like a lot of people assume. And I feel like part of what my parents have been able to show me is that it can be quite easy to give.
Isaac is a great kid. I've seen him grow up, and one of the challenges, especially when you're managing wealth, is what that second generation is going to do with it. And the way that we try to teach generosity, and generosity is a learned behavior, the Beanes really embraced that concept and have brought Isaac along. The name of their fund is the EMI Fund, the Eric, Mary, and Isaac Fund.
Their giving has inspired me to continue their legacy, and I am hopeful to be able to do that with my life and be able to be a generous and giving person.
I really remember going to Van the first time and saying, we don't have any money, so we can't take advantage of what Thrivent has to offer. And his statement was, I can help you if you have $500.
One of the perks with Thrivent Charitable is you can start with any amount of money. And so with Eric and Mary, we didn't start with $1 million, charitable gift. It was typically like $50 or $100 a month building up a donor-advised fund.
He can look at the bigger picture of what we have done over time, and he's able to give us a picture of how each of these little gifts really amounts to something much larger than we even imagined.
I've never dreamed that I could give $1,000 gifts, and then recently I made a $10,000 gift to a capital campaign. Never dreamed that I could give that much money.
I think generosity is addictive and something that it's a learned behavior, but once we get into it and get excited about it, you're just going to do it more and more and more.
You can give what you can give. Go ahead and start giving that, because once you start learning those habits, once you do start seeing those opportunities, then it just builds.
Every amount of money counts. The size of your gift is not what people are looking for. They're seeing instead the generosity of your heart.